Ever considered whether a child should give up their seat on a crowded bus? This question was recently thrown into the spotlight by a story involving a woman named Miss A and her 5-year-old child. On a day out, they boarded a bus, the child sitting by the window and Miss A on the aisle, their belongings spread out around them. As the bus filled, a woman approached Miss A, requesting that she let her child sit on her lap to free up a seat. Miss A refused, expressing her discomfort at the idea of her child sitting on a stranger's lap and asserting her child's right to a seat. This refusal led to a tense exchange, culminating in Miss A telling the woman to wait for the driver to find another seat. This incident sparked a heated debate online, with opinions divided on whether Miss A acted appropriately. Many netizens rallied behind Miss A, arguing that her child has as much right to a seat as any other passenger. They pointed out that a 5-year-old child, though small, is still a passenger and should be treated as such. Not only is the child entitled to their own space, but it also helps ensure their safety during the journey. In addition, supporters of Miss A highlighted the fact that she had multiple bags with her, which would make it difficult for her to manage her child on her lap. This point was particularly emphasized, with many stating that it's common courtesy not to expect a parent with a child and luggage to stand up or juggle everything on their lap. Furthermore, these defenders took issue with the other passenger's attitude, labeling it as selfish. They argued that it was not the mother's duty to accommodate her, and that her insistence on taking the child's seat was inappropriate. In conclusion, these supporters argue that a child is also a person, deserving of a seat. They believe that respect for personal space extends to everyone, regardless of age, and that includes children on public transportation. However, not everyone agrees with Miss A's decision. There's a significant chunk of the population who feel that Miss A should have made her child sit on her lap. These individuals argue that the societal norm in crowded situations is for adults to prioritize other adults. They point out that it's common courtesy to offer a seat to someone standing, especially when the one occupying the seat is a child. They further argue that in many cases, children of 5 years or younger often ride without paying a fare. If this is the case, they believe it's only right for the child to give up their seat for a fare-paying passenger. They insist that it's not about diminishing the rights of children, but about fairness and respect for all passengers. In these situations, they contend, it's the responsibility of parents to teach their children about the importance of being considerate to others. They view it as an opportunity for Miss A to instill valuable lessons about empathy and respect into her child. These individuals argue that if a child is too young to pay, they should not occupy a seat when others are standing. So, where does this leave us in the debate? The incident on the bus sparked a lively discussion, with some siding with Miss A, arguing that her child has the right to a seat. Others, however, saw it differently, suggesting that if the child rides for free, the seat should be yielded when needed. Ultimately, the question remains, should a child give up their seat on a crowded bus? We'll leave that for you to decide.